Hello, everyone, and welcome to Xbox Tavern, Xpod Tavern, episode 41. I'm your host for probably the one and only time, Ian, and I'm joined by Graham,
Hello.
Scottish Squaff Ross,
Hello.
and special guest not host, partner, person, Pete.
Evening.
Hello.
How's everyone doing today?
Yeah, tired, but
Getting
still
there.
going strong.
Slowly but surely we're getting there.
That's it. Are you still not full up anymore from the curry? No, Jamie and Graham? Jamie? Pete and Graham? Got Graham in my mind.
Yeah, I think I
Okay,
recovered
okay.
about sort of 3 o'clock.
Yeah, it's all out the other end now, so I'm good to go.
The exits happened.
That's it. It's evacuation is complete. We're all good to go.
Yeah.
Well, a bit of housekeeping as always. Pick one to promote. I will pick Insert Coin discount, still available. If you head over to insertcoin.com, insertclothing.com till December, you get Xbox Tavern 20. Can't get my words out today. And you get 20% off. That's Xbox Tavern 20 in the little discount code, and you'll get a beautiful 20% off. It's a one-time use, so just make multiple accounts if you want to get 20% off every time. Cool. There we go. So, topic of the week. We decided, because Jamie's not here and he won't waffle on for about an hour, we picked that Halo Infinite. Data mine suggests that there may be a new Battle Royale mode in the works. At the first start, when they were first talking about it, they mentioned that the only BR they're interested in was a battle rifle. But it does look like more and more data mine suggests that they will actually put in a Battle Royale mode to have maybe a last Spartan stand-in. I guess we'll go with Graham. What's your thoughts on it?
Pretty sure I called this a few episodes back.
It sort of makes sense though, doesn't it? I mean,
it's one of the most obvious things if you're going to make something big, especially free to play.
Yeah.
For multiplayer, the big hit at the moment is Battle Royale, isn't it?
I didn't see it was going to happen, and Jay's first reaction was, "They better not."
in fairness, they've got the best tagline for it. I mean, as Ian was saying, last Spartan standing. I mean, you can't get more badass than that, or say Battlefield's bloody Ring of Fire.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's probably one of those games where you've already got all the vehicles in place, so you can obviously use that. All you really do is got to make the maps a bit more bigger for how it's Battle Royale. It doesn't need to be like crazy Call of Duty, like 150. You can go as low as like Apex, which is 60, 64 players, 70 players.
Yeah, I was going to say, like the PUBG maps that are like the smaller, more sort of high pressure ones, 60 people, quite a condensed map, sorted. That's all you need.
No. What about you, P? Obviously, you're not a big Halo fan, but what's your thoughts?
I was going to say, what's a Halo?
It's just this little indie game.
I don't know. It feels like Battle Royales have kind of had their day now. Obviously, you still get your Fortnites and your Pugs that are doing all right, Apex, but the new ones don't seem to kind of hit the ground running at the moment, do they?
No, I think the only new one that I say was Apex. But then again, that was like 2 years ago.
But then look at Warzone. Warzone's still massively popular.
Yeah, but that's Call of Duty, isn't it? Call of Duty.
Yeah,
this is why I think Halo might do well, because like Call of Duty, Halo's got that fan base that will play it because they like Halo.
Halo fan base could like Halo.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you look at the Halo multiplayer and like the loyal following that's had throughout the years. So if you throw a Battle Royale mode in, you're still going to have that die-hard sort of fan base. Apex and say like PUBG, those were new games. Like they didn't have a fan base from previous games to drop in.
No.
Whereas Halo will have a massive amount of people want to drop back into any Halo multiplayer experience.
Exactly. Yeah.
With every battle royal, there's obviously a battle pass, and you kind of wonder, so you can be paying 10, 15 quid to unlock, the salmon color for your Halo.
Salmon. But in the grand scheme of things, it's not too much of a big deal. It's just like a different game mode that they could have just thrown in last Spartan standing. It's just how much number will they go up to and the size of the map and everything.
That's it, and it's all depending on what maps they bring out. Like if you bring a glorified Bug Gulch, and then.
Do I remember right were they making the Halo? Is it 5 coming? Infinite, sorry. Are they making the Infinite online? Are they making that free to play? The versus online mode?
Yes, the whole of multiplayer is free to play, but if you want to play the story mode, you have to get the Game Pass or buy the game.
So Battlefield will fit into that free to play mode then model, just with the Battle Pass.
Yeah, but at least with Battlefield you've got to pay for it, which is a bit.
Just hoping they're not buying off more than they can chew, so they don't dominate with it. So like it
That's the thing,
dominate, sort of to take away from the story, take away from all the other bits they are developing, and just focusing too much on this whole battle royale thing, and it ends up being.
What's their big game mode? Is it like War Fight or something? The one where you I can't remember what it's called. I think it's like War Fight.
It was Big Team Battle or something. That was
But there's one where you have to like go. I think it's like you and another team, and you fight each other, but you also got to fight against AI and like claim bases and stuff. And that was quite.
Flag? No,
it wasn't. It's a name for it. I can't remember. Jamie
I don't remember AI being in there.
I think it's Halo 5. Oh, what's it called? It'll come to me in a second what it's called. But it's like War something. I'm still not got the chat open. If Jamie was still listening, he can tell us.
My head just defaulted to War Games, but that's a totally different thing altogether.
But as long as they have
Warzone Firefight. Was that it? Maybe it's Warzone Firefight I'm thinking of. Which is a bit like, again, you got yourselves against AI, but then that was their kind of their strong mode they had for Halo 5.
The Forge thing was quite popular, wasn't it? Where you could customize your own kind of multiplayer.
Yeah, I thought the Forge was pretty good.
Forge. Are they bringing Forge? Are they bringing Forge?
I haven't heard anything for it, but I'd be surprised if they didn't, because it was something that was quite well received.
Boosted creativity, and sort of people made their own modes, and some of those just became more popular than the actual ones that come with it.
No, definitely, and it was that was more fun because obviously sometimes the more fun maps are the custom ones because they make something ridiculous, and it's good fun.
Yeah, because it shows it works. I mean, people tap into things like roadblocks and stuff like that, which is all about kind of custom design games. I mean, what we used to do is steal ideas from some of those and sort of bring them to Halo as well. But I haven't heard anything about the Forge, but hopefully there's some of that as well.
No, definitely. I think it's got to be. I mean, they want to make this like the biggest Halo they can, and with the whole Infinite slogan, they've got to bring out all the game modes that they've got into one.
Oh yeah, they've got to swing for the fences. I mean, I think the thing is that as much as the new clips look significantly better, I think after that first press release that was a disaster, they need to make sure that they're coming out the gates swinging, and it needs to be great to begin with, and then build on that greatness. It can't be subpar and they fix it.
No, exactly. They had that one chance. Now they've got to, especially making multiplayer free. You want to make those people stay and play. Yeah,
it's got to make it look like you'd be stupid not to jump into it's at least the multiplayer. And if you enjoy the multiplayer, then think about picking up the full game to play the campaign. So if they've smashed the multiplayer and they've got a battle royale that people are enjoying, it might encourage more people who will jump into this sort of campaign side of things.
No,
so with Microsoft going free to play the multiplayer, do you think this is them trying to get into the kind of esports area?
There'll definitely be some form of esports of Halo. I think they've already confirmed that.
I think the only issue with Halo and the esports is if esports titles going into the geeky side of things don't tend to be that difficult to run. Whereas I think Halo, the way that they're trying to look at how nice it looks, might be graphically demanding. Whereas you're not going to get those sort of high frame rate type ideas. So that might be the only thing that sort of holds it back a little bit for being an out e-sport game.
No, that makes sense, yeah.
I suppose it depends on how much hype it actually gets and how much it gets on fire straight from the start. If the interest is there, then why not?
Definitely.
Exactly. Exactement. So yeah, Halo Battle Royale Mode. So we'll see what happens. I guess we'll find out more. I imagine they'll announce something which segues on to well, that's gone now, isn't it? But yeah, I imagine at Gamescom they'll probably announce a bit more, which is in 3 weeks' time. But before Gamescom, they have an second idea Xbox and Twitch Indie Showcase have slated for August the 10th. They will have a kind of Twitch Indie Showcase. So they're going to show loads of Twitch games, indie games. So I imagine this is on Tuesday, the 10th of August at 9 a.m. PT. So that is
2 days.
Yeah. 2 days to go. Yeah, 2 days time. 8 hours ahead. So 8 hours. Yes, yeah, so 8 hours. 8 hours behind. No, they're 8 hours behind.
Yeah, that's what I said. 8 hours
so 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 5 o'clock for us.
Yep. Perfect time.
Perfect. Finished work. So apparently they're going to mention a few of my teams who went on the Artful Escape, Ollie Ollie World, Library of Ruina, and RPG Time. I can't say I've heard any of those games, but I imagine if you are into your indie games, they'll definitely showcase a few. And I imagine a lot of them will appear on Game Pass because Idea Xbox are partnering them.
I'm looking I'm looking at the little like art that they've done for like it's on the sort of the news at Xbox website, and like the little clip arts that they've got. The third one in the bottom left corner, the sort of Japanese oni masks with a ninja feel. Whatever that is, that I'm intrigued by because that looks cool as hell.
Yeah, I know they mentioned they're going to show more of 12 minutes, which is going to be quite awesome.
Oh yes.
And I think they're going to mention more of I've read somewhere else Origami 2 because after the first Origami came to Game Pass, I know they're going to mention a lot more of that. There was another one I saw as well, which we're going to talk about. Stalker 2, that was it. I mentioned that they're going to talk about that.
Stalker.
Yeah, man, that's going to be.
That's awesome.
So yeah, that's going to be quite cool. Think of that. So I'm looking forward to that, which is Tuesday the 10th. Any games you're looking forward to in that, or you would want to see?
Well, Cindy, you're not going to know that until the point of this thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Pick up, you might find something that seems interesting.
Yeah.
The more
keep an eye out for it.
The more Stalker, the better. That ninja game, whatever that is, I'll be intrigued to find out what that is. And if you're saying there's going to be more about 12 minutes, then those, so the two that we know about, and then that.
Because 12 minutes is out like in a couple of days, isn't it?
15th, I think, did I see? 15th or 12th, I'm getting mixed up on my dates. 12 minutes, 19th, sorry.
19th, yeah. So I know they mentioned maybe Stalker 2 wasn't one of them actually. Maybe I read that somewhere else. But anyway, I know 12 minutes is definitely going to be shown.
I'll definitely, I would, as bad as it sounds, I would tune in just to see more for 12 minutes.
I think exactly said that's going to be, I think that's one of the games that's really weird because I was like, when I first saw it, I thought, this is going to look amazing. They took so long to come out. But the more and more they talk about it, the more and more they're showing it. Yeah. I actually can't fucking wait.
I mean, I remember when they first saw the first show about it, it was like E3, was it 2 years ago maybe? That it first came out? Or first that we've seen something for it?
It was last year, wasn't it? No, it was last year.
Was it only last year? It seemed like it's been a lot longer. And then we had talked about it a few weeks before we had seen anything more about it on the podcast. And that I was desperate to see more and find out what was happening. And then when they showed it at E3 this year and we had a date for it and it was going to be Game Pass day one, I was like, fantastic. Because that game, the concept of it looks fantastic.
No, it definitely does.
So any more news on that is welcomed.
Any indication as to how long this showcase is going to be?
If it was indie, you would probably say an hour or two at max.
Yeah, hour to 90 minutes or so. Yeah.
Well, each game gets a couple minutes of love, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's the best way to do it because obviously that way, they can actually showcase quite a few games and try them all out. Even
if they highlight a couple of the bigger ones and then do sort of like a montage of what they've done at like recaps for E3 showcases, and just have like the idea Xbox playing in the background with like the sort of lower third part showing you like what the details of the game is.
Yeah, it'd be quite cool. I don't think they've got any other games. I know there's a few of them going to launch the Game Pass, but I'm trying to think what else they're going to show. I keep seeing this picture of a man with a guitar, which I don't get. I don't know what game that is. Does anyone else know what that game is?
Brutal Legend?
No. That's old school, that is. It's proper old school.
That's a guy with a guitar. You didn't specify.
I didn't specify, that's right. But yeah, looking forward to that. So that's in 2 days' time.
Yeah.
Tune in.
Pick something up for next week to talk about.
Exactly. Hopefully there'll be something we can actually all talk about and not me waffle on. Well, no, I see Jamie will be back, won't he? So he waffle on for.
Is Jay back next week or is Jay possibly out next week? Was it 2 weeks? Or was it just Dan that was out for 2 weeks?
I don't know. Where is Dan?
Dan's, I don't know. Probably at some sort of like swingers resort or something.
A butt plug convention.
Exactly.
Yeah. I know
Jay said he'll be back. He's posted in the YouTube.
Not
Jay's back next week.
He is. Sorry, everyone.
He's not allowed to play. He's not allowed to come talk to us tonight because he has to spend time with his lady.
He's been told off.
Yeah. If you go out last night, you can't go to the podcast.
Can't do both. It's one or the other.
It's curry or podcast, and he picked curry.
I was going to say is
his gunpowder curry.
I'm saying that as my wife's just sneaked back in the house from work, so I'm like, it's fine.
You start whispering now.
Exactly. I'm on the podcast, you guys.
Who are you talking to? No one. No one.
No,
to myself.
I'm arguing to the TV.
You better be.
Yeah. All right, let's do one more news story before we move on to something else because I don't want Dan to have a heart attack that we're going for 2 hours.
Oh God, don't say that.
We can talk about arcade games though. He's not here.
Oh, don't do that. That's a 4-hour podcast.
So, have you ever asked Pete what his favourite, House of the Dead or Time Crisis? What's better?
For me, I never really played House of Dead, so Time Crisis.
Good man. You can stay
well
on the
done.
show.
Yeah, you're allowed back.
I think it's just a small story, but just for how stunningly good looking it is, I think you need to talk about the new Xbox controller.
We can do that one.
Because
you got a picture?
I have. I'll pull it. I don't know how to pull it up without showing everybody everything because I don't know how to do this. But we'll wing it and hope for the best.
Yes, give it a go. So yeah, Xbox have announced it's shipping August 31st. A new latest design with Aqua Shift Special Edition. So it's all blue numbers, blue buttons, blue analog sticks, blue D-pad.
Should be gracing the screen.
Aqua. Yeah, so everything is like a beautiful aqua. Kind of reminds me of my special edition PS2 I had back in the day.
It's nice. It's properly nice. Some of the newer controllers that they're bringing out just now are fantastic. See that and the neon. What is it? The Volt.
Volt one, yeah.
The Volt one. They're just like wow.
See, I'm loving these kind of new ideas with the controllers and different things, but I really wish they'll start doing more customized Elite ones.
Yeah, that's my only drawback with the controllers is
if they make like a new Elite one, Elite 2, but like a different color or a different customization, like this Aqua one, but Elite version.
Yeah. I mean,
it might actually give me a chance to go pick one up because I want something different. I don't want the black boring one.
Yeah, and I've got like I say, I've got the white one from the previous generation, and
can't you customize your own Elite 2 now on the shop?
No, you can only customize a normal Xbox one.
Oh, I thought they put the Elite on there.
Surprise! Aren't the faceplates changeable though?
What in the in the Elite, the D-pads and stuff are changeable.
Oh, but not the faceplate.
No, not the faceplate. No, just the analog and D-pad.
Ooh, that's coming up soon. I'm reviewing a wired Elite one that has changeable faceplates.
I mean,
see, that'd be awesome, though. That's what I want. I want something just different. Like I like having a unique feel with it. And...
Yeah, that's like what your basic Elite layout looks like. So that's what you get. So it's not fantastic, but it's better than nothing. But
that's my Design Lab one, old school one. That's the first generation one.
See if you like throw out the Elite controller and you can just, even if you got like a basic 5 colours that you could have the Elite in, doesn't need to be the whole colour selection and you can customise every single piece. Just throw out different colour designs. So put like the Volt colour in an Elite controller.
That's it. That's what I mean. Those that making these designs make them an Elite version as well.
Yeah, you're not saying you have to change the trigger colours and the thumbsticks and the D-pad. We're not saying you change all of that. Just give us the options to have different colour actual facings.
And in gloss as well, not just matte.
Yeah,
gloss.
and in the gloss finish as well.
Imagine like a shiny black gloss controller or something, you know.
I mean, there's not been anything released for it yet. They're in very early stages of what it is. But Scuff are in the process of bringing out their first premium version of the Series S, Series X controller. You've got the silhouette of it, and you've got rough ideas of what the triggers are going to look like, and the actual D-pad and the thumbsticks. But you haven't actually seen the colours that it'll come in. Whatever that is, that's getting bought day one because it's the closest thing you're going to get to a customizable Series X Elite controller.
Oh, okay.
And Microsoft are missing a trick not doing it. I think it's the Scuff Instinct is what the name of it is.
What's the one you're doing, Graham?
It's the Power A Fusion 2 Pro controller. That's what it's called. And yeah, it's quite hefty. It's about 80 quid for this. It's wired. So it's quite hefty for a wired one. And,
yeah, definitely. Yeah.
But it's got all the governors of that Elites have. The double paddles, like all the 4 paddles at the back. It's got the trigger locks.
Because for PC gaming, if you don't want to Bluetooth your PC.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
For PC too. And the button's programmable on the controller itself rather than using the app. So you hold down the program button and then you hold the buttons that you want it to map to, and you just hit the paddle that you want to map that sort of button selection to. So that we put B and A and Y together. You just hold it down and then click the paddle and then register that to the paddle.
Oh, okay. So that's quite cool. Then so you can That's one thing I hate, which what I loved about my Elite, which I don't really use anymore, was I hate clicking in the thumbsticks. So always have a paddle for the thumbstick buttons because it makes it so much easier.
So yeah, that's what I mean, mapping those as well. And you can take them off as well, and obviously switch them just for the backpack bit.
No, at least not expensive as the pipe one.
No, So that's it, but it's got 2 faceplates as well. You switch it out for a black one or a white faceplate, and it's got changeable thumbsticks for the taller thumbsticks.
Oh, okay. I might check it out actually. Sounds. I need a new controller for my PC really. Then again, I say that I use USB, but enough.
Oh, we've lost connection.
I'm still here. Don't worry.
Oh, okay.
So we lost you.
I was like, no. And we're back. Oh,
turn the light on.
I hope you haven't messed up the camera thing. So.
No, I don't think he should have because he still stayed in the room.
No, he turned the camera off. He didn't actually leave.
He didn't leave and then come back in. Which is
okay. Sometimes it does it when you leave and then the cameras go all over the place.
And at that point, that's when I just hang up for the night.
No,
I think Ian's done that once as well. He did it for a laugh.
Did it for a laugh and then just ruined everything. Could have cried.
I only turned my camera off though, and then it just changed everything. I was like, but this wasn't as bad as Dan when I didn't realize you could move the cameras.
No, the worst thing was when Jay just randomly decided to show up
and broke it.
And he broke the podcast.
I was like, God damn you! Sorry,
10 minutes. It's just I've seen you trying to work quickly.
Yeah, me just sitting silent.
You just say, "Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me."
Go to the next
story. Question. Next story.
Yeah. So Scuff, if you're listening, we've 4 of us, all Xbox users, 3 instincts. Send them over, please.
Yep.
Yes, definitely. Should we do one more news story or should we move on?
Move on. What's that? We've quite a while on, so.
Yeah, that'd be as many left of them anyway.
Yeah, we won't kill. So we move on now to our
30-week challenge.
Yes, 30-week challenge, which was made by this beautiful man in our podcast. So day 23 or week 23 is games that you think had the best graphics or art style. And we on a mention for Dan, he told us to let him know his design of Clementine.
Yeah, just not the game, not The Walking Dead, just whoever designed Clementine.
Just Clementine's art style.
Well, that's all he wants. Do you think that guy would be Dan's hero or nemesis? Because he had the vision to create Clementine the way that it was.
Also, which season of Clementine? Are we talking season 1 or
Dan
season 2?
Dan might be jealous of the fact that he didn't have that vision. So
does Dan want to be Lee? That's what
I think that's what he wants. He's never coming back on, is he? He's just not going to show up. That's him. Done.
That's right. That's like the most beautiful relationship. What's wrong with
that? It's just so... What week was that? Favourite game couple, week 7.
Oh. It's a good guy that long.
Lee and Clementine. What the fuck, Dan?
I want to find that again just to rewatch that.
I mean, at one point I was like, yeah, I understood. But at the second point I was like, no, you shouldn't have said that.
No. See if it had been something along the lines of what on in-game dynamic
moments.
Or
I was saying romance.
was the best that you feel on like how Lee and Clementine got on together. That I could understand. But that specifically says game couple as in relationship. That's a little worrying, Dan. Sorry. We love you. See you when you're
love you, Dan.
Maybe he was thinking it's like kind of a father-daughter relationship, you know.
Yeah.
Oh. That makes it worse for him.
There's a special section for that. That's. Oh no! I've got trapped in the washing machine. Help!
Anyway, moving on. Pete, what is your game that you think had the best graphic or art style?
So a couple of honorable mentions first. Far Cry 5, beautiful game. First time I played Far Cry 5 was the first Far Cry I played, and it was amazing. Last of Us 2, Red Dead Redemption 2, beautiful game. The new F1 game, beautiful. But the one that got for me was the first game that came into my head, which is Ni no Kuni, which is a brilliant JPRG made by Level 5 Studio Ghibli. It's kind of got the Professor Layton graphics with a kind of a Pokemon type of gameplay, and it was my game of the year back in 2013 when it came out. Just like amazing. And it was the first game that came into my head, so I just had to give Ni no Kuni a shout out because it was amazing.
What's the premise of Ni no Kuni?
Sorry?
What's the premise? Like, is it a turn-based RPG or is it?
No, it's like you run around the world map, and there's the familiars. They're on the world map, and then when you run into them, it's a bit like you go into the battle mode, but it's not turn-based. It's hard to explain. It's not turn-based, and it's not
Quick.
like
You move around, hack and slash kind of.
Yeah, so it's not that. Like you still got to try and dodge and attack and defend, that kind of thing. It's, really good.
Okay, fair enough.
Unfortunately, it's not on the Xbox. You can only get it on the Switch and the other console.
Boo. And we'll go next with Graham. What is your lovely pick?
Yeah, I was contemplating picking sort of Red Dead 2 because those graphics were amazing on that bit, but the game was so fucking slow and boring. I didn't want to pick it.
That's what it's supposed to be.
It's fucking dreadful. I had enough of it.
It's supposed to be slow. You're a cowboy.
I spent more time on my phone than I playing that game because you go, oh, let's go to this place. You fast traveling, but you can't fast travel. You've got to slow travel. So like, okay, look at my phone while the horse runs over.
That's the point. It's like you're on the horse, and it's like when you're playing Skyrim. Like, yeah, you can fast travel in Skyrim, but the point of Skyrim is that you travel the world and you see the sights, you see the wildlife, you see all the NPC characters going on.
Have it as an option.
That's the point of it.
Yeah, that's it. If I want a fast travel, I don't want to fucking ride a horse for 20 minutes.
The problem was with the whole Red Dead Redemption is how you're likely to interact with things. At least when you're playing Skyrim, you might get attacked by bandits or a wolf or come across a random dragon or a troll.
Yeah, or a cave or something.
Yeah, there's at least something to break up the monotony. When it comes to Red Dead, I played it for about 40 minutes and then went, I've got better things to do in my life.
That's what I got to point.
And the thing is, I've probably missed out. I've probably missed out on a great game, but I just couldn't get over that.
No, I'm the same because I tried I got to chapter 4. I think it was. I got to a point where I was on my phone more than I was playing the game because I was slow travel because you can't fast travel. You autopilot.
You can actually fast travel once you unlock the stage.
Once you've unlocked it, you can get to that point.
You can auto run to the next mission. So I'm auto running on my phone, waiting for it to finish. It takes like 10 minutes to get there. Then I'm there. Then I'll do it for like 5 minutes. Then go to this place, which is like another 20 minutes down the fucking road on your horse.
It also depends. If you've got a bounty and you auto run, you can actually get ambushed if you've got a bounty.
That's why I didn't pick that game.
That's right. But what did you pick?
I picked Cyberpunk 2077. Yeah, that obviously was one of the first games I sort of played. That was a pure. Well, it wasn't a pure, but even on the Series X, it just looked amazing and just proper captured the imagination and was quite immersive. Obviously, didn't play well on the old consoles, but on the Series X, it looked amazing.
Yeah, I played on the Series X as well, and I absolutely loved it. It took me quite a while to get into it, but once I got into it, I was talking to you quite a lot, saying, "Oh, what's happening here?" I actually loved it. It was really good. Have you both played it, Pete and Ross?
I'm
probably biting my nose off to spite my face here, but I've not played it because I'm waiting on the next gen sort of final version of it.
No, okay.
Yeah.
And then once that is out, I'll play it then. But from what, obviously, it's not going to make leaps and bounds better than what it already is. But I'd much rather just wait till I've got the final version of it, and once I've got that, then I'll jump in and play it.
Yeah, I can't say I blame you because then that would be even more sort of an amazing experience.
Yeah, and that's sort of my train of thought. I've been told a couple of times, like, just jump in and play it, you'll really enjoy it. But I'd much rather just wait and get the full benefit of it.
No, I know what you mean. Like I said, I want to mop up all the achievements and stuff. But I thought I might wait now till next version comes out and maybe do it through again, try a different mode, maybe try to be a different person this time.
Yeah, that's what my intention was as well.
Yeah, because it's actually really, I think Xbox Series X was the best version of the game. And then it went, obviously, apart from the PC, then it went downhill if you went on your lower consoles. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it, so that's a good shout. Ross, we'll go with you now. What's your pick?
So, because Dan's not here, I'm going to be cheeky and have two. So,
go for it.
Obviously, the way the question's split up.
I've got two as well.
Booyah! So, obviously, the way the question's laid out is graphics and art style. So, I've picked sort of one for both. So, art style, I went for Borderlands. I love the sort of cell shading type idea, how it looks. So, whether that be like Tales of the Borderlands or 2 or the newer version, how 3 looks, I think they are really awesome how to look at the ways that the colours pop and things like that. In regards to best graphics, as much as it's not true to life type graphics, but Witcher 3, and how Witcher looks, whether you go for sort of the dull and dreary version of like Velen, or when you go into like the DLC, if you go to Toussaint, and it's sort of like fairy tale princess type idea how it looks. It's the best way I can sort of describe it. Just that game does so many things so well, whether it be like, as I was saying, like the dull sort of area, or even like the built up cities like Oxenfurt or something like that. It just looks such a nice game no matter where you are, whether you go for the desolate, rundown, horrible places, or the beautiful sort of far out places like Toussaint. It's just an amazing looking game, and probably the best looking game in that fantasy layout.
Yeah, makes sense. And your other pick?
Borderlands, for the cell shading type idea. If you're going
you
for,
just said that.
I did say that, Ian. If you're paying attention, you'd have heard me. For God's sake.
I was reading. Sorry.
Yeah, so like obviously that's like a different type of art style, but still looks really cool.
No, that makes sense. Which is your favorite Borderlands?
2 has the better story, 3 has the better gameplay. But people sleep on the pre-sequel. Pre-sequel probably has one of the best stories in regards to how Jack becomes Handsome Jack. So it gives you his not massive backstory, but it sort of gives you roughly idea where it's looking for.
That's sort of in the peak sequel. I've bought it, but I never got around to it. Did 1 and 2. 3's installed. I was going to play it, but I had to play Gears because I was Jamie. So I might play Borderlands 3 in pre-sequel.
Honestly, pre-sequel doesn't play as well as the other ones because you've got to rely on having air because you're in sort of space, or you're on the moon, Elpis. So you have to worry about like your air consumption, and instead of worrying about like your shield. No, is it your shield? Basically, you can get something that you get another thing that you can upgrade throughout the game that increases your air.
Yeah.
So you've got that, but it's not play-wise as good as the other 2, but its storyline is just as strong.
Okay, fair enough.
So, and three you need to play.
Definitely.
I'll play that one.
Or 3?
No, the pre-sequel. I haven't started 3 yet because I wanted to finish the pre-sequel and 2 first.
Yeah, 2.
You haven't finished 2 yet?
2's a must. I've finished 2 a good 15, 16 times.
I think it was 2 that got on my tits because the one I picked, I couldn't get any further with. It got to the boss I got to was so hard that I couldn't actually get past that bit.
Who did you pick?
I just got ambushed. I think I picked the lady cowboy one.
Oh, that's pre-sequel.
It is pre-sequel. That's what I thought. I can't remember who
Athena.
I picked on.
Not
Yeah.
Athena. No, Athena's the warrior.
So you're going to know more than me.
She's in. I never played her as in Borderlands. She's in Borderlands 2 as well. She's in part of that. And for the life of me, I can't remember her name. It will come back to me. But yeah, I know who you're talking around. You should be able to get through nearly the whole game with her.
Yeah,
I think I got in Borderlands 2. I got to the point where I was like, I got a bit stuck. Then I just joined in the lobby. I let people join me, and then some randoms joined me, and I got lucky, and then we just smashed through it after that. But I was like quite near the end at that time when I.
The thing is, with 2, every character's feasible at end. So like, there's no character that's like, there's not really a character that's stronger than the rest.
Yeah.
You could say like Salvador, because once you get to endgame with Salvador, it's impossible to die pretty much.
Oh, is it?
But the rest of them should be pretty flexible in regards to like you can play the whole of the game as Axton without a gun. So his special ability is he increases explosive damage. So if you've got grenades, if you get the best grenade in the game, which you can unlock right at the start of the game, the fastball, you don't have to have any other guns. You can literally play the whole game with just your grenades.
Yeah.
So
that was carnage.
So depending on your character, there's no real.
Who's the best character in 3? Would you say?
I like Mose. Mose has the benefit of doing shit tons of gun damage, and if you ever start losing a lot of health, you can just jump in your big mech, and your mech's almost indestructible.
Okay.
So Mose is probably the strongest. Then I would say, from what I've played, I would say Zane next, because Zane has a lot of skills that if you move fast, you take less damage and do a lot more damage, but all his skills are based to move fast.
Okay.
So you've got that. Then I would probably say Amara, because you do a lot more elemental damage. And then I've only played a little bit of Flak, so then I would probably say Flak was in last place. But all of them are at a point now where they can do end game and sort of raids and takedowns solo by themselves.
Yeah.
So you don't need to have players coming in even to do the hardest parts of the game.
So I might play with Flak then if I do 3, just to annoy you.
Flak's skill is aimed at getting critical hits. So his sort of fade away means like he goes invisible and every bullet that he hits does critical hit damage. So all his sort of bonus stats add up on critical hits. So with Flak, it's very easy to one-shot people. So if you build Flak properly, you can one-shot most bosses because that's the way that he's designed to work. The problem is he's a glass cannon.
Okay.
His survivability is a struggle. So that's the trade-off.
Oh well, it's good to give it a go. Maybe I'll try. Who knows?
Exactly.
Who knows if I ever get around to it.
Go on then, Ian. What's yours?
So my pick, when I was looking at it, I thought what game would kind of stick out to me. And I remember when for me, it has to be Forza Horizon 4 for best kind of graphics. I remember when I played it on the original Xbox, and then I played like a day later on this Series X, and I noticed such a big difference as well. Plus, I got a new TV at that time as well. And the whole difference from the before to the latest version with the Series X was phenomenal. I was like, this has to be mentioned. Because I completely to the point where I actually got invested in Forza then. I was like, I was playing that loads just because I know it's such a big difference and it was way more enjoyable. So for me, that Flag Shadow has to be my pick. But also because Dan's not here, I can do a second and he can't get grumpy with me. It was a game I played when I was back in the day in school on the PS1.
Yeah.
I think it was 2. A game called Beautiful Joe. So it's kind of like a side-scrolling beat 'em up, but it's all very much cartoony graphic style. But it was quite unique for back in the day then. It wasn't really heavily. It was more like, not really cell shady. But for me, that art style was like, it always stood out for me. And I always remember playing that. And
I remember you playing that as well. It kind of reminded me of like, you're almost like watching a comic almost.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like I'm playing through a movie. Yeah. And like, it will be all that kind of like, the screen will go all blurry and stuff. It's like you're actually part of like an anime. So yeah, I think for me, that's definitely my pick. So yeah.
Nice.
Not really much to say on that. So let's go to what games are we playing? Yay, we played video games this week. I'm sure Dan has played nothing, as always, so we won't bully him this time.
Completed nothing.
No.
It's completed nothing.
Never does. We're used to it.
I don't know what to say about Jamie, really. But I'll mind about Jamie when I talk about my games, because he annoyed me in 2 of the games I played with him this week. So he can join me in that. So we'll go with Ross first. Ross, what have you been playing this week?
So on the advice of, I think it was Dan and Jay have both played it. I jumped on Last Stop. So I've not jumped into much yet. I've only played maybe half an hour, 40 minutes. So far, really enjoying it. I like the sort of, again, the animated sort of graphic style to it. So I'm enjoying that. Storyline, not really picked up massively yet, but it looks, based on obviously what they've said, I'm really looking forward to getting my teeth into it. And then I've actually been away for a couple of days, so I was playing some GTA Online with a couple of folk that I was away with, because we had different Xboxes in different rooms. So
nice.
Just jumping into some nice GTA heists. So I done the new one, which name has totally escaped me because I'm having a memory blank today.
The one in the island.
Cayo Pericos or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Done that one, done the diamond heist, and then went back and done the what was the other one? The one with the Doomsday. Went and did like the Doomsday stuff and things like that. With the
Apparently the Doomsday one is meant to be ridiculously hard.
Oh, that was like the hardest of the 3 by far. So just didn't really do anything else other than the heist, just getting some easy money, having a laugh with seeing how disastrously the heist can go, doing it with different setups, whether you want to go like aggressive or try and be sneaky and things like that. So no, I forgot how great GTA Online was and how much of a laugh it is. So no, that was a good wee experience in that, but quite a quiet week in regards to gaming for me.
Yeah, I think I play GTA Online like once a week with a couple of friends. It's always a good laugh. We normally do races and stuff rather than the heists and stuff.
Yeah, the races.
We tried to do heists, didn't we, Graham and Pete, with but we never got around to it, did we?
No,
Because
we
your
didn't
first
get on.
Graham was messing up. Your GTX kept messing up.
Yeah, it just completely reset since I moved Xboxes. It didn't transfer my save over, and then it didn't install properly. It was because I moved it to my other hard drive, and it was just a mess. So I had to reinstall it like twice.
Yeah, I know. We should definitely get around to doing that because I want to do some of the heists, especially some of the new ones. It looks quite fun.
I mean, the heists are fantastic, honestly. Like, I think obviously depending on how many people you've got, depending on the heist, you can do it with sort of some of the heists. Even say you can do it with like one person. So we were doing it with like two. Some of them, well, we had three, but the heists are just really good fun. Obviously, the races are a lot of hysterics and it's just a crazy time all around. But the heists are good for, especially if you're in a group with people who really want to focus on getting it like spot on.
Yeah.
You can make some easy money, and then you can either decide to do that or you can just see how much of a shit show you want to make it.
I imagine with Jamie it would be a shit show.
Well,
yeah.
Unfortunately, luckily with Jay, you just don't want to have to reviving him every 2 seconds. You can just let him bleed out and disappear in a corner.
But sometimes it doesn't happen if or one of you dies after too many times. It ends the mission.
You can only have like team deaths. You can have it so like 1 or 2 times, and then after that, it's like done and dusted.
Oh god!
I think at one point when I was playing through one of the heists, I just told her, right, you stay in the hangar, don't move, let me do all the setup, and once I've done the setup, then come out, and then you can do what you need to do.
Yeah, that'll be Jamie. Jamie, stay in that corner.
Just stay there. Just don't move. Don't piss anybody off. Just do what you have to do.
Oh, what does this button do?
Oh look, there's a guard there. I'm going to tap him in the shoulder. Shotgun.
Go on. And Graham, what have you been playing?
So yeah, I've been away, so I've had limited to what I can actually play, and so I have got a review game, but it's on embargo at the moment, so I can't talk about that one. But I've been trying to, because I saw the DLCs available for offer, so I've been playing Greedfall to see if I can get into that, and it's quite hard to get into. It's very dialogue heavy.
Oh, okay. As bad as Metal Gear, or not as bad?
Oh, well, I didn't really play too much of Metal Gear anyway. But if you're thinking like it's like an RPG similar to like your Skyrim and stuff like that, you have, it's usually like, I suppose Skyrim's more 70% sort of action and 30% dialogue. This one's like the flipped. So it's 70% dialogue and 30% action.
Oh god, yeah.
I must admit, I was wholeheartedly disappointed with that game, because when you first see it, obviously you see like the two people, like the guy chasing the other person, and then all of a sudden this like Leshen type character, like from The Witcher, comes storming out the forest, and you're like, wow, this looks like a more action intense RPG Witcher type storyline. And then I got into it, and I was like, man, this is a reading simulator.
Yeah, it took a while before you got into the proper action, and then the amount of times the guy keeps saying, "I'm the legate of the congregate." Yeah, I fucking got it. He's told about 20 different people. Everybody he tells, it's like, that's my job. I have to tell everyone I'm the legate of the congregate. It's gonna be engraved into my head. All right, he tells everyone. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's just very, very slow to kind of get to the action points. So there's loads of different dialogue options, so like building up charisma and intelligence kind of things that helps you like pick the options and diffuse situations, and and when you do get into the fights, they're okay. You've kind of got like 2 AI buddies that fight alongside you, and so the action's there. It's like they have the right sort of tools to make a kind of decent game, but that balance is way off. There's way too much dialogue in it.
That's true.
But yeah, so I've been playing a bit of that to sort of get through that, just so I can see if I can pick up that DLC. And yeah, other than that, I've been playing a bit more Bomberman R Online to sort of rack up a few more wins.
How many wins are you up to now?
I lost count. I told you. I'm trying to record them now, but I fluffed up when I was away because I ran out of storage space, so I couldn't save it.
Too many wins. You've ran out of storage space.
Ran out of storage.
Exactly, mate. What a flex!
That has a flex now.
No, my last tweet one was the flex because I won with the Louis while I was riding the dinosaur thing on there. That's the hard one to do, to pull off, to do that. And there was
you play Bomberman on your phone, or is it just play on console?
It's on Switch and PC as well.
Cloud gaming.
Never tried. But I imagine it'd be quite hard to play it by the phone. I don't think it is on the cloud, but it might be. But yeah, just playing a bit of that. I tried to get the achievement, which was to play without picking up an item.
Yeah.
So you can't upgrade at all. And I tried to do that, and I was pretty sure I did it. I didn't touch anything, and I won it, and still didn't get the achievement. So that was annoying.
That's frustrating. Maybe you picked something up by accident. You didn't notice.
I think I have to play as the white bomber. It's because I picked the green one. So some like different bombermen start with certain attributes.
Okay.
And because he had starting stuff, I think that might be the issue. I'll have to try it again with a weaker one just to see if I can get that achievement.
I'm sure you'll get it easy. No need.
Oh, I should bloody hope so.
And go on then, Pete. What have you been playing?
A bit of a cocktail for me this week. First off, I played the Trails and Traces of the Thomas 2, just to get the rewards points. So I've 1000G'd that game. Dabbled in a bit of Red Dead 2. I just wanted to see what it looked like on the Series X. Yeah.
Any good?
It's beautiful. It's amazing. Love it. Been playing a bit of Mass Effect 3. Trying to complete the Insanity run that I keep kind of leaving and going back to.
You're actually doing the Insanity one?
Yeah. Even though I've got the achievements, I've just got to do it just so I know I've done it. And this run, because usually every run I do, I'm boring. I just pick a soldier. But this time I've
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I've never really been into biotics. I just use my teammates' biotics and I just shoot.
Yeah.
But this time I picked an engineer.
I mean, we were happy to have you on the show for picking Time Crisis, but after hearing that, it's like,
Ross, he hasn't told you the best bit. His favorite character is Kaiden.
What?
No. He is a sexual predator. That guy, literally, you're like in a romance with Liara or someone else, and all of a sudden it's like, hey, what are you doing, Caden? Cough, what are you doing coming on to me like that? It's like, and his voice is so cringy.
Yeah, I don't think, like, I've never ever, like, I've played Mass Effect, each one of them at least 10 plus times, and Caden has never made it past Vermeer.
That's what I saw a poll on Twitter and went, who's better, Caden or Ashley? And it was like 60% Ashley. I was like, fuck off, it's 60%.
60%. Wait, 40% of people saved Caden? Fuck off.
Yeah, I was like, fuck off, that's not a real poll.
No, bullshit.
I mean, it was a picture. It wasn't like an actual tally. It was like a picture. It's like, fuck off, this is 40% Ashley.
You know that? You know they've just doctored that. So
try
like,
4%, maybe.
Yeah, look, people like Caden. Caden was a good character model. Fuck off.
Well, the thing is, like, with Ashley, obviously she was the space racist and she went through the character development and she kind of liked them in the end. But as a squad mate, she was crap because she was a soldier.
Yeah.
Whereas Caden was awful, but he was actually good as a squad mate in battle. Like, he had like tech and biotic abilities. He was quite useful in battle. So it's like, which one do you pick?
Or and just throwing this out there, you could have yourself as a biotic and Garrison Rex.
Well, like I said, this time I'm doing an engineer. And
or
engineer
Garrison
number 3
Tally.
is really fun.
Or Tally and Rex.
Yeah, very true. But engineer is really fun, number 3, because I can throw out a sentry turret, I can throw out my attack drone, and I've also got a defense drone. So it's like, I've almost got like 6 squad mates with me.
I mean, the payoff for, I play Vanguard. And Vanguard in 1 isn't the strongest. It's not the best. But see, by the time you get to 3 and you've got the one where you like sort of dash towards them.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
So you've got that, and you've also got the one where you jump up in the air and like do a biotic like Superman punch into the ground.
Yeah.
See, when you combo both of them together, so you fly across the map, and then once you fly, Gray, you fucked the cameras.
He fucked it. He's rotated the cameras. He turned it off and on, and it's
fuck you, Gray.
That was Ian's suggestion.
I told him to compete to it earlier.
Yeah, he turned it off. Fucking goddamn it. So you can obviously do the.
But his camera's messed up on YouTube. Sorry.
You can do the dash, and then like you dash into them, hit them, jump up in the air, crap the ground, and then nothing's left standing by the end of it.
I remember playing the multiplayer on Mass Effect 3, and you could just solo all gold level.
Just dash, smash. That's you done.
It was so overpowered, it was unreal. Because there was that challenge. Obviously, there's a lot of you gaming challenges. One of the gaming challenges was to not fire a bullet, and I'm a Vanguard. Yeah. So other games.
I do want to play that again. I need to get into it. Yeah, of course I got it because of you, but I need to play it again.
You got almost 3,000 achievements to unlock. You know, it's lovely.
Fucking love steak.
Haha! I fixed it. Yes.
Been a bit of F1. I won my league. I won my league race this week, so boom, I won.
I'm going to be honest with you on this one, Pete. I'm kind of bitter towards you in regards to this because I was like, oh, I quite fancy reviewing this, and then you got it, and I was like,
well, Jay said you still got reviews in your inbox from February, so
yes,
like, no,
I know, I fucked up. I've been so preoccupied in trying to get bloody graphics and shit organised for bloody press releases and stuff. So yes, but tell and regale me with
and
your
Tour de
F1
France review as well.
Yes, regale me with your F1 stories.
Well, but do we start? How long we got?
Jay's not here, so we're probably
it's like, we need someone else to waffle on.
Yeah, we're a good hour ahead with not having Resi Evil and bloody
excellent. Okay,
Halo chat. So,
well, it's already dark outside, so you know. Well, I mean, I first played an F1 game back on the Nintendo days, like the Ferrari Grand Prix Challenge, you know, racing around Imola and Monza. It was great, and then you had the Nigel Mansell Racing on the Game Boy. That was great. Grand Prix Manager on the PC. That was also really good.
They still update that. You know that. There's
I know. Yeah.
There's still forums that do it and update the season.
And of course, you had PlayStation. We had the F1 night. Well, I can't remember what it was called, but it had like obviously Murray Walker and Brundle commentating.
97.
And it was it was not. It was like a 95 because Schumacher was in Benetton. And you had like a Skier Torello racing and stuff like that. And it was great because you could just drive into the back of people, knock their rear wings off, and they would drive at 1 mile an hour on the track. Obviously,
So am I right in saying things like the newer tracks that they're introducing, as much as they're not all new tracks, they're getting added as free DLC in the new F1 game?
Yeah, they're not when it's DLC. It's more like a free update.
Yeah, so like Imola knows one of them.
It was Imola, Jeddah, and
Portugal.
Yeah, Portugal. Yeah.
Not having Imola in the game from day one's a criminal offence.
Well, I mean, it hasn't
any
been
of the new
games.
tracks. Yeah.
Just Imola. Imola's got such history behind it.
But Codemasters has never had it in their game.
True.
Before Codemasters took over was it 2010? I think the last F1 game we had was the PS3 launch day, like back in March 2007, and even then it was like the 06 season.
Yeah. So is it a strictly game love for F1 games, or are you genuinely an F1 fan?
No. I'm an avid F1 fan. I've been watching it since the early 90s. I remember watching Schumacher in his Camel Benetton driving around Monaco, and I just fell in love with his name and I ended up following him. I'm like, oh look, he's a world champion. Oh look. But obviously living in Woking, it was like I supported Schumacher as a driver, but obviously supporting McLaren as a team.
Good man. So you would have been a fan of my favourite all-time F1 driver, Mika Hakkinen.
David Coulthard.
I was worried where he was going.
No. Mika Hakkinen.
I'll tell you what, Mika Hakkinen was because you had Schumacher and Hakkinen had that rivalry, right?
Yeah.
And Hakkinen made it so hard to hate him.
Yeah, Hakkinen
he was such a lovable guy.
Thing is, have you watched like Hakkinen do his rally driving? The man is at least 5 sandwiches short of a full picnic.
Yeah, I mean...
He's just mental. He's crazy.
He should never have taken a sabbatical. He should have stayed.
Mika Hakkinen was just different. There's class levels to this, and Hakkinen was just amazing.
Yeah, he was great, because he had that respect.
Oh, yeah.
With Schumacher.
So what would you say was your favourite track? Not just, in the game. Say in the game.
What, this year's game?
Well, never. We'll do both, this year and ever.
I mean, I've always loved Spa.
Spa
is one of my old...
Good man.
Spa and Japan Suzuka. Two of my favourite tracks. Because Suzuka's one of those tracks where it's a driver's track and the S's at the start. It's just... It's so satisfying when you get it right, And Spa just is infamous for, was it 98 or 99, the big crash that...
Yeah.
Qualified crash that took 3/4 of the field out.
What I like...
of course. Yeah.
It's not so much that I enjoy watching it. It's when you're playing the game, and I think is it Monza, and you come off the pit straight, and then you've got that super tight sort of S bend right after the first main straight. See getting through that first time. Brilliant feeling.
That's where we race this week in the league race, and it's turn 1's always a bit like clusterfuck.
Oh yeah, you kind of want to sort of hold all the way back see whatever chaos is left, and then just sort of navigate through it.
Well, I was starting like 7th or 8th, and it was raining. So like, yeah, it's not a good recipe.
No, that's not in there.
Thankfully, I made it through turn 1 with my nose still, so that was all good. But yeah, this year's F1 game, obviously there's a lot of bugs still, unfortunately. Like the offline's fine, but it just every year there just seems to be so many online bugs. The damage model and simulation is completely broke. I was playing with Ian earlier.
Oh yeah, it's dreadful.
And I nudged someone and I had like a yellow wing, right? But it felt like I had no wing. Just felt like the car. I was 2 seconds a lap slower than Ian, and that's saying something. You know, I'm usually 4 seconds a lap faster than him. So this damage was costing me like 6 seconds a lap. I could not drive.
I was thinking there, is that saying that the penalties for having a damaged wing are really much more severe than they should be? Or is Ian just shit at driving games? I couldn't work out what you were talking about there.
Pete is unreal at F1.
I can imagine, yeah.
I mean, the damage model is actually definitely more realistic this year, which I love. I just wish on the heads-up display, it doesn't show you what's damaged. So this year, you can obviously damage the underneath of the car. It doesn't show you that when you damage it, so you can't tell how badly it's damaged, and obviously you can't fix it in the pits. But it's something I know they're working on. Same as a lot of people have got the sound glitch. I think people that are using Thrustmasters can't use the game properly. There's a force feedback glitch going on there.
I must say, I only because I haven't played an F1 game in years, and I noticed that F1 2019 was in Game Pass, I've decided I jumped on that and just to see what it was like. I think I said to you, obviously, Pete, that I've jumped on and grabbed the same wheel that you've got, the Logitech one.
Yeah, Logitech, yeah.
And it's such a satisfying experience playing an F1 game with a wheel. It's just, it elevates it to a different level.
It's levels above. I mean, the pad was good. The pad gives you a bit of an advantage because they, obviously, when you're playing pedals, you've got your traction out. But when you're playing the pad, the game helps you a little bit. It doesn't give you as much wheel spin as it does on the wheel. So playing on the wheel and getting up to speed is much more satisfying.
Yeah, and once you and that's where I struggled the most is when I was, as I was saying, playing on Monza and playing with the wheel. That first corner, the first 5 or 6 times I attempted that corner, I was either got the first part of the corner and ended up on the right hand side of the track, or I messed up the first part and ended up on the left hand side of the track. And once you finally nail that corner, it's like a sense of achievement. It's like, I done it. I've became an F1 driver.
Right, next corner.
Keep flashback.
The problem with Monza is that it's just straights and chicanes, isn't it?
Yeah, there's no middle ground. It's not like this sort of slow easing left or anything like that. It's like super tight hairpin, massive long straight. That's your options.
Yeah.
Graham's so happy with this conversation.
Yeah, great. You should have stayed with your frozen camera. You looked so happy at that point.
All right, we'll move
on. Yeah.
The second to last game is Football Manager. I've been playing my Hendon save. Where,
another one of my specialities. Let's continue.
Yeah, so what I did this time, obviously, rather than just picking a team in the north or south and working your way up, I went on holiday for a year, and then I took over the team that got promoted that was closer to my house, and this time it just happened to be Hendon. And when I took them over, they had I can't remember, they either have 14 or 15 players on their squad. 3 of them were goalkeepers. So I got a squad of 11, 12 outfield players. So, and they had no staff. So season 1 was just survive, right? And I've just finished season 3 as champions. So I'm now going up to the national to see if I can survive in that league, because usually when you this kind of league, you've got players that are kind of good for that league with the potential to be League 2, League 1, but all my players are like, I'm only good enough for this league or the league above. So they're playing above their station. Definitely.
I mean, the thing that I've always done, I've done a standard save where I'll jump in as
Celtic or Rangers,
Liverpool or things like that.
Celtic, surely it's Rangers.
No, don't start. Ian.
Celtic are the number 1 team in Scotland. Get it right.
Good man.
I think you mean Rangers are the number 1 team in Scotland.
Dude, do you remember who we used to live opposite? Do not say Rangers.
That's why I said it.
So I've always done those. That's the first play that I ever do. So I'll get touch and feel of the game and see how I like it, and then I've always jumped down and done a lower league sort of save.
In Scotland or in proper football?
I've done a few different ones. I've started off in the 3rd division of Germany. I've started off. Pete will know what I'm talking about when I say things like a Pentagon Challenge. So a Pentagon challenge is basically you start off unemployed with no previous experience. So you're basically a Sunday League manager, and you basically start off in any club in the world. But what you have to do is, if you start off in, say, Singapore, that's how obscure it gets, you have to win the Asian version of the Champions League.
Yeah.
And once you win the Asian version of the Champions League, you have to then move to, say, Africa, win the African version of the Champions League.
Okay.
South America, win the South American version of the Champions League. And you have to go through the 5 big Champions League type ideas.
Yeah.
Pentagon challenge, exactly. So I usually tend to do one of them, or I tend to do what's like a rag to riches. So take a certain creators make like a 13th tier of England.
Yeah.
So basically,
I've seen them ones.
like
Right.
grassroots style football, and you take
the
that.
problem. Yeah.
No,
The problem with the creators is they give themselves a boost, don't they? They give themselves like a sugar daddy so that, because obviously when you unlock tier 13, 14, finances are horrible.
Yeah.
You're bleeding money and it's not sustainable. So you kind of have to give yourself a kind of a bit of a financial backing so you don't go out of business.
So starting doing something like that, and I've taken, I think, like the furthest back away, not in this year, I've done it last year, I took a Cadbury Athletic.
Nice.
So I just seen the name and I thought, that's the one, I have to pick them. So I took them from whatever league they were in all the way right up to the Champions League.
Yeah.
There we go.
And there's something satisfying about taking a little tiny team like that. I mean, at the point, I think when you start that game, you're sharing the stadium with Birmingham.
All right.
And you have to like build the stadium. Like, you eventually buy your own stadium. And I think like because like the names they were coming up with, it was like the Cadbury Stadium. There was no sort of imagination behind it.
No.
But
I mean,
it's something satisfying about taking a Sunday League team right to the Champions League final.
Yeah.
It's not for
I was going
everybody.
to do that.
But one thing I do like about Football Manager, the recent ones, is they got a little things like I did the Holiday League, forget the achievements and stuff, and I said the same team, and because I was like doing so well with it, they changed the name to my name. So
yeah, you can become like a club legend. You can get your stadium named after you.
I'm still in any FM. I'm still yet to have a sibling come through the youth academy.
Have you never had your son come through?
I've never had. No, I've done so many leagues where I've been at a club 10, 15 seasons over the years, but not once have I had a son come through.
Yeah, I've had it. Owen Way, it was called.
Owen,
yeah. Owen Way, remember this always. Yeah, Owen Way, yes.
I haven't had as much in this one, but I've got a save from what game was it? 2017, and it was me and my mate doing an online season. He's Derby, I'm Brighton, and we're in. I think from the 2017 season, I think we're in 2040. I think it is. He's a numerous time Champions League winner. I've won the Champions League once and won the UEFA Cup a few times. But like the two dominating forces in England are Brighton and Derby.
Lovely.
It's like unbelievable.
Ian, what year did you and Ollie get to?
We did 09, and then we got to, I think it was something like 37, 34. Yeah, quite long. Like about 30 years we did of ours.
And it's unbelievable. Like
I'm like always across the board. I went to Bayer Leverkusen. I went to Zaragoza. Went to Inter Milan. I think I remember now at Nottingham Forest.
That's the difference
Back
with
to
ours.
England.
We haven't left. We started at Brighton and Derby, and we haven't moved once. We've had like the big job offers: Madrid, Barcelona, Chelsea, Arsenal have all came in and said
Arsenal.
I know. I don't know why I said Arsenal.
Yeah, you don't want to go there.
Yeah. So like we've came in and
edit that out.
We've just sort of said no. We're staying at our teams, and that's what it is. But
we said, well, ours is free reign. Ours, we can do what we want. So I think I started Villa. Ollie started at Newcastle.
But we've made Brighton and Derby into that like much a superpower that there'd be no point in moving because we have like the Derby manager, one of the boys I was playing with, he's had like strikers that have had like 80 goal seasons, and he's got like 3 strikers that have had like 50, 60 goals every year, and he plays like a 3 striker attack. Nobody can match it. It's unreal.
On last year's game, I had a left back that had I think 29 assists.
Yeah, well, he's got something
because he had long throws. He had long throws.
That would do it. Yeah, I remember you saying that. Actually.
He's got a guy that's like his stamina was 20, his crossing was 19, and he's like every one of his stats that you need as a playmaker was all in the high teens.
Yeah.
So he
And
just put his like wide players out, his like fullbacks to just bomb forward, and his fullbacks were getting like goals and 15, 16 assists, and you're like,
and Football just one of these games where the actual real players sometimes get involved. So it's like for me, do you remember last year, Ian, where I had that Tyler Frost winger?
Yeah, that random
me and Tyler Frost had a little conversation about him on FM, and you know, didn't
you have Messi at Woking as well once?
I did, yeah, 36-year-old Messi at Woking, and I bought him, and then he got injured for 6 months. I thought, Jesus. And then he came back from injury, and then he was retiring. So I think he played about 4 games, but, you know, even Messi awoke.
I'm not going to lie. Between Formula 1 and FM, I genuinely think Gray's about to slit his wrists.
I dabbled on FM.
Football.
I dabbled on FM back in the day.
Baseball,
championship manager back in the day.
Oh, Spurs. Yeah. No, we don't mention Spurs. We only talk about big teams on this podcast.
Oh, you said you like Celtic. They're not the real like Queen of the South.
How many Champions Leagues have Spurs won? Or major European trophies?
Milk Cup.
The question's going to ask, how many trophies have Spurs won?
Well, I was trying to be...
Hey, they won the Carling Cup a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
No, was it not the...
Did they lose it?
Was it not the Audi Cup they won? The pre-season one? Was that not what they won?
Spurs win a League Cup.
We have won a couple of those. We did win a League Cup a few years ago.
Although Tottenham did beat Arsenal today.
In fairness, I think I could get 11 mates together and probably beat Arsenal the way they're playing just now.
Yeah.
Did you see the goal that they versus Hibernian?
Well,
it's fucking dreadful.
The fact that they're conceding goals against Hibernian basically tells you everything you need to know.
It's one of the worst passbacks of all times.
I know.
Yeah, but then you had teams like Rangers losing to a team in League 2 with their full strength team, and you're like, what? So it's friendlies, so it's pre-season.
Friendlies don't count as much, to be fair. But Arsenal just genuinely are poor. If they don't have Kieran Tierney, they would be an embarrassment.
At least Twitch has stopped giving me an Arsenal TV now, which is lovely.
Why did you get Arsenal TV anyway?
Fuck no. Every time I had the Twitch, it's like second tab, like Arsenal TV.
I remember saying that to Dan. I was like, I didn't realise Ian was an Arsenal fan. He was like, he's not. I was like, why the hell has he got Arsenal TV coming up?
Exactly.
Like,
fucking hate him.
I'm pretty sure he supports like Preston or something. I was like, so why the fuck is he getting Arsenal TV?
I know, it's fucking frustrating. I think I blocked them in the end.
Oh, actually,
it was so annoying.
Side note, before we go any further, who was this team that Preston played that they didn't want to discuss?
What?
Preston had a pre-season friendly that they won 5-0 and they weren't allowed to say who it was.
Oh, were they playing that prison team where they had Sigurdsson and Adam Johnson in it?
Quite possibly. I don't know who it was, but they put it up on Twitter. They put it up on Twitter saying that Preston had won a pre-season friendly 5-0, but they weren't allowed to disclose who they were playing.
No. The best matches are when 2 non-league teams play each other.
Yeah, I heard about this. I didn't get it, and like it wasn't. Yeah, I have no idea who it was. Like,
I was very confused.
Because we were meant to play Man United, and then they weren't allowed because of COVID. So then we tried to find a friendly for someone else, and then we found a friendly, and then nothing else happened.
Yeah, you won 5-0, and you couldn't tell who you were playing. It was just the goal scorers and nobody against them.
Yeah. Well, it's to say the best friendlies are the non-league ones where you have like they put their team sheets out and 1 to 11 try this.
Yeah,
and then you're on Twitter and it's like try this square to try this to put it into the back of the net.
Try this is unreal. Try this.
Go on, try this. We love it. But then
I think I saw try this trending once as well.
Yeah, but then Charles gave away a penalty. Fucking dickhead. But you know.
Anyway, we digress because I can just see Dan having like an aneurysm here with like a vein.
Sorry, Dan. Right, but the last game I mentioned, which will segue into Ian's, is where we played Back for Blood. We played the Back for Blood beta.
I'm so jealous I've not had a chance to jump into this yet.
Luckily, me and Ian game share, so obviously Ian got a code, so we were able to play together.
Nice.
Same with Jamie.
Thanks to Jamie for that. Thank you, Jamie.
So it's basically just Left 4 Dead, but with better graphics.
Do you know what? I want to actually say this, and people don't agree, but it's Left 4 Dead, but better.
Yeah, I mean that's exactly what I was expecting from it. And
I fucking hate Left 4 Dead.
It's got more guns. It's got more guns.
Left 4 Dead?
It's got more blood.
I hate Left 4 Dead. Yeah, I'm with Graham. Graham hates it.
Yeah.
I'm not with mine. It's so it was just like so many things coming at you, like spinning around, shooting. It just wasn't fun. Like and you could damage wasn't really a thing.
Yeah, but that's when Jay used to run off and just grab a horde. Well, it's like you last night, Graham, Ian. You were disturbing the birds. How dare you disturb the birds?
Oh, you disturbed the birds. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. just shooting things.
Oh, is that like so? Like when you're saying disturbing the birds, is that like the witches and Left
It's
4
like
Dead?
those-
No,
like-
it's
like
like the
little
bird. It's like a
ravens.
flock of birds that you shoot at them and they fly away and they attract like a horde.
Loads of
Like we
zombies.
set
Oh,
a
right.
car alarm off in our Left 4 Dead.
Oh, right, okay.
The
So
main
basically, yeah, I
thing-
kept doing that. Cause I know what I'm doing. So just anything I see, I just shoot.
Well, I should
It
do
was
yeah.
it was really good. You know, pistols, like Ian said, pistols were overpowered. Too many assault rifles. The main thing the bugbear I've got is that you can just
Jamie.
tell it's been set up just to be monetized to hell with all these playing cards and shit. And it's like it really I really
Yeah.
enjoyed it, but I'm glad it's come to Game Pass because I would not buy it with that amount of monetization. That it's gonna happen.
It does look like
because you can pick up currency going through the map, and you just know you're gonna have to buy that currency.
So what? So when you're saying monetization, what do you get for if you want to invest your money in it? So is it like
So,
skins?
I imagine,
or
no,
guns?
imagine
I mean,
that's
we don't know yet. There's nothing. It was just jump in last night. There's no
Yeah.
hint of what there could be.
Yeah.
But before each round, you can unlock a perk, so you can unlock 5% extra ammo.
Yeah, and I imagine I'll add them
heal
parts.
yourself better and all this kind of jazz. And you just know that
Yeah,
you're
that's
going to
going to be a
able
lot behind
like
the
a
paywall.
pipe bomb. Your pipe gun does now more damage, so you can just tell that it's Which
Yeah,
is a
I
bit,
worry they're going to get like bits where like, oh, spend £10 and get 5,000 gold coins, so it makes your
Yeah.
round when you start easier.
Ah, see,
Yeah,
now
so you can
that
just buy all
I
the
can't be
perks.
bothered with. I don't mind like, see if people want to invest, like, see if people want to add money in to do skins or like things for your like not improvements in your gun, but make your gun look different, make your character look different.
Yeah.
I don't mind that. If people want to spend their money on it, so be it. But see
Yeah.
if you're having to invest money to get buffs for in game.
yeah, pay to win.
Yeah, that's shit. Because
Yeah.
it's not, the thing is, it's PvE, it's not PvP, so there's no reason for it to have pay to win.
No, exactly.
So-
That's one thing I'm impressed with Call of Duty is they've got like the battle pass, which they're mainly the skins, a few gun unlocks, which help you towards getting better. But the reality is, if you want to get better with a gun, you've got to play using that gun. And
Exactly.
it's going to start off shit, and you just got to play to get better. And that's
Yeah.
what people do.
I mean, like,
But-
Call of Duty had like the little mess up moment where I can't remember what the name of the skin was, but basically I had like the black
Oh,
assault.
Rose King.
Yeah, so that made it a bit difficult, but that wasn't done intentionally. It just so happened that it was like a glitch in the game that made it a lot harder to take on those sort of players. But they've at least done it where it's just cosmetic, and then the gun side of things, as much as you can unlock guns using pay to win currency, you still have to level up that gun to get it as good as what it could
Yeah.
be.
Yeah, and I imagine with Left 4 Dead Back to Blood, they're going to do that.
Yeah, whereas that's
I
going to
think-
just be with a playing card system, like what you're saying. You spend money, you get better perks for your gun or your bombs or whatever it may be.
Yeah, a good thing as well is obviously you can pick up currency when you're going around. The good thing is if Ian picks up currency, we all get it. We all get the same
Oh,
share.
I like that. That's
So
good.
it's not like if you find it, it's yours. It actually does get shared. So that's one plus point on that.
Ammo doesn't know, which is frustrating.
No ammo. Oh, and do you know what? There's one perk where you can take an ammo bag, and it was so funny because Ian had the most kills, Jay had the less kills,
That's because
but
Jay
Jay was
shit.
the one. But Jay was the one
Shut
running out of
up.
ammo.
Yeah, that's
Well,
Jay's
Jay
like,
must-
spraying like this.
Jay's like,
Ah! Like Ian ended up with like 800 kills. Jamie had about 400, but Jay was always run out of ammo.
Yeah, use 3 times the ammo.
But to my point, it was like you can carry like an ammo box, and I gave it to Jay, and he's like, "Oh, it gave me 20 ammo." So what's
That's-
the point? Just 20 bullets. Yeah.
I'd rather play with Stevie Wonder than Jay.
In fairness, 20 ammo is probably sufficient for what you needed it for. It just so happens that Jay couldn't have a barn door if he was holding the handle.
No, ammo runs out really fast.
Yeah.
And they got auto aim, which you can turn off, but auto aim was pretty good to be fair.
That's not bad.
Like, aim assist, I should say. Aim
Yeah,
assist.
Yeah, it's aim assist. So yeah, you just keep zooming in and out, and you move around, and
Yeah.
it helps you aim.
Again,
But
I agree
it was
with
good
Jay.
fun. I actually did. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think I preferred it Left 4 Dead. I think I would. I'll probably play on when it comes to Game Pass. If there's more, but I'll not play it alone. I'll play it with, like, say, if there's 4 people on or 3.
Yeah,
people
and that's the other thing. We couldn't find a way to just have 3 players and a bot. Like we had a random person join our and to be fair, he was quite good. To be fair, he did it right.
It just freaked
so
us
we-
out because we're in a party chat and we're like,
Yeah,
he can't hear us. Like, I can't hear you. He's like, oh, what?
What?
We're in a party.
yeah. So me, Jay, and Ian were in our separate Xbox party chat, and then he could hear us well. But I think Graham said something about Xbox sometimes
Yeah,
before.
overrides your
Yeah.
chat.
Because it happened because I heard, remember when I wasn't even in the party and I heard you like, can hear people. I'm not even in the party.
Oh yeah, it did that double echo, a bit like the Fortnite where it double echoed.
So I'm pretty sure it double echoed in the game.
But also the AI, that it was shit as hell. Like this
oh yeah.
The AI was standing there. The AI had like 4 or 5 zombies pounding it. It's like, oh god, it's gonna be that bad. So I think you're gonna need 4 friends.
4, yeah. I think if I'm going to play Back 4 Blood again, I would want to play with 4 people, and I wouldn't do it any other way. Like that's a bit like Gears. I will never play Gears alone. I will play Gears with someone.
I've never played Gears by itself. I think that's the type of game that you need to play co-op, and I think it'll be the same with
Back 4 Blood is definitely. And moving on to I guess segueing to what I play again, another game. I will not play alone, but I will play with someone. Probably not Jamie. No, Jamie was right this time.
The Ascent.
The Ascent, yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Project Game Pass is the Ascent this month. So we got a session going on. So I played with Jamie. We started my playthrough. Basically, Jamie was happy to kind of start the game again with me, because if I jumped into his game, I died instantly. So it's pointless. Then again, he was quite overpowered in my game anyway, but it kind of helped to make the game go through easier. But yeah, actually, it wasn't too bad. Like Ascent, it reminds me of the Ruiner vibes. If you play the Ruiner, which is similar, where it's like top-down shooter, similar to that, and it was kind of like a bit futuristic. But again, it's one of those ones where it's a lot of traveling, and there's not enough fast traveling. So like you feel like you're going one that side of the map, and then you go and get a quest, and then you've got to travel for like 5 minutes, shooting through things, and then you finally get there, and then like kill the boss in like 2 minutes, and like okay, go back 5 minutes that way again to hand the quest in. Right? For fuck's sake, why can't I just fast travel there or do something different? But apparently James said you can unlock fast travel, but again, it's one of the things later on where you unlock like metro stations, and I think sometimes if you unlock stuff, you may lose weapons you've had as well. So what's the fucking point? And I still don't understand how to unlock perks and stuff. Like I still haven't learned the menus because I got so annoyed because the tutorial was so frustrating. Like I did the tutorial and I kept fucking popping up. I was like, okay, I don't want this. So I turned it off, and then I think I went out of save, went back in, and it kept popping up again. This is how you do this. Like I know how to do this. You've just shown me how to do this. Why are you telling me again?
And I said that to Jay. I thought it was a pre-release thing, but clearly it's still there. Tutorial. Every time you jump into someone's game, you always get the tutorial for every part of it.
I had one bit where I paused the game, and then I paused it to do a menu. I couldn't get in the pause menu. I had to reload the game, and again I reloaded the game. Oh, here's how you here's how you shoot. Like, I know how to fucking do this. You've told me this 3 times. So I think they hope they'll fix that because there was an update a couple of days ago, and obviously I haven't played it since the update. So fingers crossed the update has stopped those issues, because I just went to the settings menu and turned it off completely. But yeah, I think that's a good fun game. You know, it's quite easy. It's not really like taxing. I do want to kind of maybe give more investing and actually get the
taxing part. It does get hard in certain parts.
I think that's one thing Jane was saying. Like went to me and Graham really struggled on this boss really hard, and then Jane went into it. Like 10 seconds later, I was like, is that it? I was like, oh.
There was something to do. I think it was to do with the level gap between us, because he was like level 10 and I was level 4. When we went into it, we just get pasted. They just ambushed us and didn't relent, and then they just kept finishing us off.
But then it's weird because we did the part, and then I think we're getting to the point now where it is ramping up, because I think me and James have gone down a few times now because it's like they just bombard you. You keep trying to spin around and reloading, and it just doesn't get a bit overwhelming. But I think I'll keep playing this because it's Project Game Pass. I think we'll do another session this week sometime if we're all free. Find a day where Ross actually turns up.
Ooh. Ouch.
And Pete can join now. He's part.
Well, I can't play Wednesdays or Tuesdays, can I? But I can play any other day apart from the Tuesday and Wednesday. I have downloaded it, but I haven't started up yet.
We'll find a day. We'll get something in the diary. And the last game I played, just a review title, which Jamie will have it probably in a month's time, maybe 2, if he's lucky, is Apple Slash, a joyful Ratalaika title. Took me about 30 minutes, 1000G. It wasn't too bad at all. It's kind of, again, it's like hack and slash, but kind of like classic, like Mega Drive vibes. So it wasn't really taxing at all. A bit confusing because I didn't really understand the story. It's this little guy running around trying to find someone. And the spoiler is he dies, and then you go on a boat and run away.
Typical Ratalaika flash.
I have no idea. Like, okay, someone died. Okay, go find this person. Okay, oh no, he died. Okay, go on the boat. Okay, end of the game. Oh.
Yeah. You robbed Dan of one of the games he did actually complete.
Easy 1,000 Gs by the sounds of it.
Yeah, it is easy, man. Yeah, I think about 30 minutes, 30, 40 minutes. Because I played my missus on her phone. And I was playing it. She goes, "Oh, I finished. You finished already?" It's like, "Yeah, it's completed." And I'm like, "Oh."
Oh, it's okay. Like a duh.
But the thing is, sometimes like it's weird because they're 1,000 G in the game. They put the 1,000 G in, but then there's still like 2-3 hours left of gameplay to do. But but this one was literally, you finish the game, like, oh, okay, it's 30 minutes, it's done. So, oh, okay.
It's almost like you said about that trap where they literally know that people will buy it just to get the 1,000 G, and they'll get the 1,000 G and then play it, then stop playing it.
Exactly, and there's like some games would just stop it. But so what's the point? Like, you might as well do the game to the end.
Yeah, it's almost just like they don't want you to play the end of it because they didn't put that much into it. They just get 1,000 G and uninstall it. It's fine.
That other brand, Citalon, they keep doing that. They'll put like games out, which is like you get achievement for like just walking or opening a door, jumping over something. I was like, okay, I love my achievements, but it's fucking ridiculous. Yeah, that's another one. Yeah, you just do the level like, oh, push this block. Oh, well done, you push this block. Here's 100 G.
100 G, well done. 100 G, well done. You push that block.
You open this door. Open the G, well done. Yes. Oh, you moved the blue part. Well done. Here's 100 G. I was like, complete the level. You complete the first level. Here's 200 G. I'm like, fuck's sake. Like, I love my achievements, but come on, make it a bit challenging. Like, but yeah, I'm close to 1 million. I'm 15K away. So
that's a week's worth of achievements for you. It'll be fine.
Days worth. We're talking about weeks worth. Days worth.
Weeks worth. Couple of days. That'll get me. Got my ready my game for my 1 million G. Can't wait.
Make it a good one.
Are you going to announce to the world what game you're going to do your 1 million game score with?
No, they can. I'll announce it towards the time. I might do a live stream of it.
Good man.
The game that will take you over the 1 million. Okay.
That's it. Let's do it. Okay, I guess that's all the games we played. Any other games you want to mention?
It's everything from me.
Yeah. Anyone else you want to insult? Should we insult Jamie or Dan?
Did Jamie play anything?
Apart from annoying us in Left 4 Dead, fucking Back for Blood. He's useless. Like, what's the fucking point? But even like, it's like that's a bit harsh on him actually. He did get half the kills.
Wait, hang on 1 second. Ian was the first to die.
I was the first to go down. It was my own fault. I jumped over a boat and went, I can't swim, and I died. So I died instantly. I was in the water. I was like, oh, you can't go in the water. I was like,
no, can't swim.
Yeah, no. Swimming is not allowed in this game. I figured that out myself. I thought it was I'd take that jump over the boat and then no, you can't jump over. You're dead.
I'm going to do a dishonourable mention of Dan's steak.
Has he not got another one, has he? I hope not.
He just brought back the memory of that.
Pete, how do you have your steak?
From a restaurant. Medium well. When it comes to a restaurant, like I usually only have a ribeye, and I was once told ribeye is best eaten medium well.
Who told you that? Because whoever it was needs to be hunted down, shot, and
fuck off,
bullied, like brutally murdered.
Fuck off.
A ribeye should be done no more than medium, which means the fat will melt, give you all the juices for the marble, and especially if you've got like one that's got the bone in for a ribeye.
And they'll still cook whilst it's resting.
Still be perfect.
Okay. Yeah, next time I'll go medium then. Next time I can afford a steak at a restaurant, I'll go.
Oh, that's like blasphemy.
Yeah, for that you can have one of the things that Dan made.
Has he actually said? Has Dan sent you more photos of him beating his meat?
I really hope not. I can't tolerate them.
Yeah, that human flesh steak that he made.
Is that where he's going to? He's going to a steak cooking class, is he, tonight? Is that what it is?
Yeah, probably. Hopefully.
He needs it.
He needs the lessons.
Also, Jamie, I hope you're enjoying your day with your wife.
Well, the thing is, he's in the comments commenting how is he actually spending time with his wife if he's watching YouTube commenting.
He's just sneakily on the phone like this.
Yeah, Jamie, what are you doing? I thought you might spend time with
my earphone in one ear. I can hear it. Yeah,
but you listen. No,
we're watching it. I bet he's watching a Notebook, isn't he? He's like Notebook.
What's 50 Shades of Grey? 50 Shades of Jay.
But that's good because I won't say what next. But yeah, it's.
Jamie enjoys 50 Shades of Grey.
It was either that or Breakback Mountain. He's watching that.
Oh, I don't know. What's the weird those dancing ones as well?
Is it Magic Mike?
Oh, yeah. You went and came up with that way too quickly.
Well, I bought it for Carly for her birthday once. So I've never watched it myself.
She hasn't seen it yet, but you've watched it at least 12 times.
You watched it? I'm watching it right now.
It's Channing Tatum. I mean, how can you resist? You know what I mean?
Okay, well, let's move on. So, new to Game Pass, Ross, go for it.
We have, coming out on the 12th of August, we have The Art of Rally on cloud, console, and PC. 13th, we've got Hades, cloud, console, and PC. August 17th, we've got the Microsoft Solitaire Collection Premium Edition on PC.
Get on it.
August 19th, the big one, 12 minutes on the console. And then on the 25th, we've got Psychonauts 2 on console and PC.
Oh, and because I haven't got the page up yet, Graham, what's in Games with Gold?
Well, Games with Gold, we've got Darksiders 3 from August the 1st to the 31st. Yooka-Laylee from August the 16th to September the 15th. Lost Planet 3 from August the 1st to the 15th. And Garou, Mark of the Wolves from August the 16th to the 31st.
Cool. And games leaving Game Pass is on the 8th of August. So tonight we have thoroughly using GTA.
No.
Though I'm pretty sure every single person on the Sun owns the fucking game.
Yeah.
What was that?
No, I was saying I wasn't Final Fantasy 7 leaving as well, but I didn't see it on your list.
I haven't got the list up because on my phone I've lost the page on my phone. But Final Fantasy 7 was a game that was leaving the list.
Yeah.
And Pete, what other game was leaving?
You've got GTA 5, The Tourist, and Undermine.
There we go. Oh, they left already. Maybe that page is now dated.
Well, they've left anyway, so it's not a lie. It's not recently leaving. They just left.
They've just left. They've gone.
I know Final Fantasy 7 is leaving as well, because obviously you asked me about it if I owned it or not, didn't you?
Yes, because I started it and never finished it. Well, I finished it also back in the day, but I started it and never did it.
The Chivos.
I haven't got the Chivos, no. There are other games leaving Game Pass, and you'll find out next week when it's the last day, because I can't find the page and my phone is decided to be stupid. So that segue, that feature is not really good this time. So, butt plugs. Because I can fucking see it.
What is going on? It's
Graham! How you would put plugs in, it's not say it. And I literally just went, butt plugs. Thanks for tuning in. And what's B? I can't fucking read it now.
What is that?
Oh, God. Graham, Jamie and Dan leave us, and we just cause carnage.
They've run wild.
Let us all run wild. I still can't fucking read the page where it keeps moving. Okay, thanks for tuning in. For more Xbox Tavern content, please follow us on Twitter and Facebook at Xbox Tavern. See all our written reviews at xboxtavern.com. And for our video content, check out the usual channel that you are currently probably on if you're watching us. Or go to our YouTube channel, Xbox Tavern Official. That makes sense. You can follow me. I need to follow me at Enexan. You can follow me at Nutty Ray. You can follow Dan if you want, and send him gifts of Clementine to Chocolate Bear 80. Send people. Oh, sorry, people dead, but that's a bit bourmid. Because he always dies first. Thinking that's
right.
That's actually, no, that's really bad. So let's not do this. So, Jamie gets a pass. We won't bully him. Just send Clementine gifts to Dan. Chocolate Bear 80. Graham, you are at
Graham Reaper.
Ross, you are at
Chaotic UI.
And Pedro, Pete, the special guest, you are
at Peter Kinninch.
There we go. Take care. Be good to each other. End credit.
Goodbye, everyone.
End credit. Say bye, everyone.
See you later, folks.
Woo! Did it.